Is he just loving himself reflected in us? But no, that sounds too healthy and happy, right? It sounds too narcissistic or self-absorbed. So what we think is, no, God doesn't respond to our value. He gives us value by loving us. So we get our value from love. Love doesn't respond to it. And I think there's some truth in that idea. There's some truth in the idea that love, in part at least, it does confer value. I think that's right. There's some truth in that idea. I could elaborate on it. But there's also truth in the view that it responds to value. It's not an either or. So think about it this way. Right? So there's the blue foot of the booby, right, that has to serve as an attractor. Or in a sense, if you like, nothing happens. So here's the blue foot. Now you're attracted by the blue foot. And now you enter into, as we say, a relationship as sparked by that, but not sustained by it. It's not like what you want to do every day is look at the blue foot, right? It's rather that now there's something else you were motivated to do because you were hooked by the blue foot. You want to talk, discuss, be with the other person, explore them, find out more about them and so forth. But look, all those upfront costs of starting a relationship are real costs. They're like investing. You've invested time, money, effort in getting to know someone. So you don't want to throw those investments away when you run into some rough ground, right? That typically we don't do either. So that's the thought, right? The thought is that already, as soon as we've started, the other gets conferred value simply from the fact that we've started a relationship with them. Why? Well, because it would be costly to start a new one and break this one up. And the longer it goes on, the more involved and the more cost there are. Those are not things that attract me in the initial act. They're things that become true as a result of my loving. Are you with me? You sort of see that's very important. We're not eternal beings that can just tear up and start again with no cost. We'll be older, less attractive, maybe we'll have debts, maybe we'll have children, we come with baggage, we've already had numerous relations, how are we going to have another one? All of these things are direct costs, and they incentivize us to make a relationship work that we're already in, if we can. In just the way that you repair your car rather than getting a new one, or you put a new roof on the house rather than moving, or you stay in the job you're in rather than moving, because all of these things, all of these alternatives involve costs. So you might think of it this way. Well, God created the world, we imagine, and now he's got startup costs with this world, right? He's already made it. And it's expensive to destroy it and start all over again. So in a way, he is conferring value by keeping us as part of his picture, because the costs would be too great to tear it up. So we can make sense of, in the sense of conferred value that comes from love, as opposed to the value that love responds to. It seems to me that both are essential features of love. If there were no value responsive ones, the conferred ones would start to seem very expensive. And so, I'm not getting anything, well, I'm giving a lot. That's not good. But rather, yeah, I can give quite a bit because I've got quite a lot and I'm getting quite a lot. I'm willing to, right? That's typically the form that our love relations take. They're not kind of all one or the other. What?
Unless there's, somebody will think, in the movie, is it easy to be a god? Okay, I tried very hard.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. That's a terrific film, by the way. It's hard to be a god. It's not a fun film to watch in certain ways, but it's terrific. Which at the end, God, the second coming arrives, Christ comes for the second time on earth, goes through all of this thing, and then finally he was saying, and there's this custom, you can't do anything with these people. That's the end of it. Let me tell you something. There are three of, I'm taking these two people for dinner tonight because there's a long story. That started last semester. We could take one more. We could even maybe take, well, probably one more would be enough. Gets too much if there are 6. If anyone would like to come to dinner, would anyone like to come to dinner? Everyone would like to come to dinner.
A few times.
Let's take a girl to dinner. We'll take you to dinner. How's that? Is that okay? Yeah. Well, let's see. How many is that? That's 4. We could take 2 more. We could have 6 people.
3.
Is this take philosopher to lunch?
This is a philosopher taking non-philosophers or philosopher wannabes to dinner. It's nearly as good.
Well, no, I mean, is this that, like, the department?
All right, but would you like to come to dinner too? And one more? Yeah, you've already.
But no, there's only one left not coming to dinner.
That's all right.
How about we have multiples?
Maybe we could do 2 dinners.
We could do it like.
But let's just stick with one. Could we have one more female person who would like to come to dinner? I close my eyes. I won't. Wouldn't that be nice if we had?
What time is it? Oh, sorry.
So here it is. My seminar ends at 5:15. We're going to meet at my office in Caldwell around 5:20 or so. And then I'm going to drive you, we're going to go to Glass Half Full, have a really nice dinner. So.
That's right where I live. I live on that street.
I live also on.
Yeah, we
we're
are.
neighbors. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
So, and my